Welcome back to BPR. Jim Braude and Margery Eagan, live at the library, streaming youtube.com/GBH News. The mayor will, we're not at the library on Tuesday because of Veterans Day. Mayor joins us on the 18th. Yo-Yo Ma joins us to perform and talk to us on the 19th. So you've made it to another Live Music Friday at the library. This week we're treated to the incredibly talented vocalist and songwriter, Berkeley's own Gabrielle Goodman. Through her career, she's performed behind and alongside everyone from Patti LaBelle to Chaka Khan, with whom she co-wrote stuff, and to no small degree, the incredible Robert Flack. Along with her band, Goodman's performing music by Aretha Franklin and Flack next Thursday, November 13th, at the always totally free Long Live Roxbury Brewery, longlivebeerworks.com for more info. We'll give it to you again. And check out all things Gabrielle by going to GabrielleGoodmanSingsIt.com. In a moment, we'll speak with her and Michael Feldman, who produces this weekly jazz series. But first, here's Gabrielle and her band performing a song she wrote, which she just told me required 3 trips to Brazil. It's called Brazilian Nights. Welcome to all of you. Thanks for being here.
Paradise with you here by the sea. listening to Gabrielle Goodman and her
was
band. We're going to
fabulous, yeah.
find out all about them when she comes over here singing Brazilian Nights.
Oh,
song
my gosh.
She just wrote. That was incredible, Gabrielle. Thank you for joining us. Please tell us when you get your microphone on who is in your fantastic band. And
Oh my goodness. Maxime Lubarsky,
yeah.
Yoron Israel on drums, Oscar Staniero on bass. Maxime, by the way, is on piano, fabulous piano. We have Mia Hawthorne on background vocals, and Kimi Tajuddin.
You're fabulous.
Kimi Tajuddin on backing vocals. And these two lovely people on vocals are stellar students at Berkeley. They're in one of my background vocal classes, and I said, you need to just come and just sing with me on some shows. And so that's what's going on.
She also
there.
said, you want to get an A, you'll show up at the library on Friday.
No
That's fine.
pressure,
That's
no
totally
pressure.
fine. Can you tell us about this place? We've had you on before. It is really exciting. Tell us about your
Fabulous.
place.
Yeah, Long Live Roxbury is a wonderful brewery. They make beautiful beer, and they're in our wonderful brick and beam space, 1856 old building in Roxbury. And it's just a wonderful scene. I mean, I was watching the whole crowd. I saw Marjorie and Jim grooving along
Grooving
here.
along, especially.
I was trying. Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's what goes on Thursday nights. All of this news and all this stuff we're dealing with in the world goes away.
Yes.
And it's free, and people in the neighborhood come. They bring kids. We have 80-something-year-old people. And it's a wonderful scene. And we meet new friends. None of us look alike. We all look different, which is a great place to be. And then we experience musicians like Gabrielle, and I call our house band Maxim and Oscar.
Yeah. They're there a lot. Yeah.
Everyone is involved with Berkeley. They
Yes.
teach, they chair departments. They're incredible. They're students. It's the best music in town.
Well,
It's great.
also, I mean, in terms of sound, let me do a poll. How many of you here have had your hand licked by Miles Davis? Anybody? Anybody? Nobody. Oh, you have.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Okay, so on my very first tour with Roberta Flack in 1980, Roberta was sharing her dressing room with me. They didn't have a dressing room for me. We were in Japan for the Live Under the Sky festival at that time. And frequently thereafter even, she would share her dressing room if they didn't have a special dressing room for me. And so every time she shared her dressing room with me, somebody would come in, Miles Davis, Lou Rawls, I mean,
Wow.
you name it,
Wow.
So this was my first time out of the country in Japan, and I was 20-something, 21, something like that, 22. And so in walks Miles Davis. He had been saying rude things to everyone all day long. So I said to myself, I was not going to even try to make eye contact with him. I was really frightened. And then he walks in. And I'm like, oh my God, so I'm still not going to say anything to him, And she introduced me about this fabulous singer, my new background singer, blah, 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 blah. And I think he just took my hand and I extended it thinking that he was going to shake it gently. And, he licked it. And I'm like...
What was the meaning of that, do you think?
To this day, I have no idea.
I think we can guess.
Right. There are a lot of things that we can
Yeah,
think of,
that's right.
So I was thinking, should I just wipe it off, or should I get it encased in bronze or something for the rest? I don't know.
So how did it, Roberta Flack, Shaka Khan, tell us how this happened for you, that you wound up for all those 10 years being a backup singer for Roberta Flack.
With Roberta, my ex-husband was her drummer's best friend.
Okay.
And it was weird because my ex-husband and I had broken up. I had said to his best friend, we had done some work in New York. I said, if anybody ever wants to have a background singer, anyone that you know of, please, I would like to do some more work in New York. And almost 2 years went by. The call came unexpectedly. I was in Baltimore at Peabody Conservatory studying classical music.
Really?
Yes, and Howard King called me and said, would you like to come to sing for Roberta Flack? And I was thinking, I said, yeah, immediately, you know. And I said, when is it? I'm thinking it's like next week or the week after. He's like, you have to be in New York basically tomorrow. And I said, well, yes, I can do that. Not knowing how I was going to do it. I did it. I got on a train, went there, learned her show overnight. I had been studying. I mean, my mother had played her music all my life, so I basically knew the parts. It was just thinking of, you know, what arrangements they were going to do, how many times I said ooh-ah or whatever, you know. And but when I first, we met at the Dakota, at that fabulous sprawling place.
John Lennon, Yoko Ono.
Right, and she frequently said, well, you know, Yoko Ono is my next door neighbor, you know. And I said, oh my God, you know, so I'm this little kid going, ah. And then she looked me up and down, she said, do you know my music? You know, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm in trouble. Yes, I said, yes, ma'am, I do, you know. And then we got on a bus and we came here to Massachusetts. We did a show at Amherst.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we did her show, and the whole night I was just pinching myself. I'm like, is this real, you know? And then we got to the end of the show. It was a Sunday, and she was a spiritual person, and so frequently on Sundays she would play a hymn like Amazing Grace, whatever. She said, and now we're going to do a hymn. You know, it's Sunday. We didn't get to church today. She played Amazing Grace. She said, everybody's going to take a solo. Well, I'm a church girl at heart. I mean, I grew up singing gospel, so when they gave me the mic, I was frightened. First of all, when I'm frightened, I oversing. And so I think I sang every note in the universe. And she said, oh my gosh. She's like, can you join me on tour next month? And I was like, yes. You know, anyway, we're going to Japan and we're opening for Miles Davis. And I was like, oh my God.
Well, you've got a 3-octave range, I read.
That was even higher than that then, yeah.
You know what that reminds me of, by the way? I'm looking at Sue O'Clair, who obviously has a connection to all these wonderful things, and got us here. She introduced us to one of our favorite guests ever, Lisa Fisher, who
I know her well.
Lisa Fisher's story about being summoned to Mick Jagger to sing with the Rolling Stones. Wow. Was she in bed in her pajamas or whatever it was? I mean, were you not totally panicked?
Yeah, but then you have to shut it down and just sing, because otherwise you won't be able to do what you need to do.
How'd you find her? I mean, obviously, she's a huge reputation. How'd you two connect is what I should say.
This is the beauty. She found me.
I called him.
No, is that so?
I did. I heard great things about his place. I knew Max and the guys were working there. I said, listen, I would love to work in your establishment. I'd love to bring my band, blah, blah, blah. And the rest is history.
She sends me an email, and I look up her name, and there they are at the Cambridge River Fest playing this Aretha Franklin 3-song medley.
Oh my
I turned my computer up so loud, my wife was working from home, our house was rumbling. And she's like, aren't you working? I'm like, yeah, the jazz program is part of my work. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you want to play here? How many dates do you want?
So
and I think
much
you
fun.
played at least 2 last year.
Yeah. We have a picture.
Young Gabrielle and Roberta Flack.
Young Gabrielle.
Oh my God.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, look at the look on your face. That is beautiful.
You know, Michael, I think people in Boston think, you know, when they think jazz, they think Scullers, Regatta Bar. I know they shut down during the pandemic, and they're not fully back. I mean, you're really taking a space that has been somewhat, less than since the pandemic.
Yeah, well, it was always my dream. We purchased the building in 2016, moved our engineering offices upstairs, and we had a brewery tenant at the time. And I was just feeling like we're 2 miles from Berkeley. Why don't we start up maybe a student showcase? And I started talking to some of the professors here that I knew. And then as it kind of gained some steam, I said, well, why don't we try more of the professional scene and see how it goes? So part of it was, let's take some of our company marketing budget and let's do something good for our neighborhood. Let's bring people to Roxbury. What I didn't think about, honestly, was this is great for the musicians, too. I mean, I thought it was more community, great for the building, let's get people to the brewery. And then the musician outpouring of appreciation, like, this is great, we have another place to go, there's so few places now. And so it just built from there, and just having this as part of our job in our building.
Well, Berkeley's such a big deal. I mean, how many times do we do Live Music Friday that people
almost everybody has a Berkeley connection.
From Berkeley or went to school in Berkeley. I mean, it's like such a feeding place.
Beside the two, talk about your students. Talk about the student body at Berkeley in 2025.
The student body, I think we have 2,000 singers now. When I first started teaching there, it was 500 singers.
What's that say to you?
That people love Berkeley and we have a lot to offer, and the students are growing, they're learning a lot, and so it's a wonderful environment in which to learn and grow and perform. You know, a lot of the professors, I'm not the only professor who showcases their students on gigs, and so a lot of times the students get an opportunity to be showcased in various environments, you know, outside of the classroom, inside the classroom, as well as outside.
Roger Brown has been here, by the way, the former president, a number of times
great.
with his effort to promote young performers, too.
Yes.
You know,
It's great.
Gabrielle, Roberta Flack didn't die that long ago, just early this year, I believe.
Yeah.
You told a part of a
this is
story
incredible.
about visiting her in the hospital and dancing around the hospital room. Tell us about that.
How did you know about that?
It was in one of the stories I read about you today.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I can say this without crying today because for a long time the tears were stuck. So the very last, her birthday is February 9th. And my brother and I went to New York on February 8th. No, is that right? Yeah, February 8th. I wanted to do a special birthday party for her. Lisa Fisher came, a lot of those singers who worked with us over the years. And we all wound up singing at Valerie Simpson's, at Nick Ashford and Valerie Simpson's Sugar Bar. That's where the gig was. It was, we couldn't slate it actually on her birthday, so we had it the day after her birthday. So on her birthday, on the 9th, we just went to her, we took a bunch of flowers and danced around her bed singing, "Happy Birthday," to, you know.
Gosh.
And so that was great. And then
The hospital must have loved it too.
well, this was her private.
Private.
Yeah, she had
thing.
private nurses. And then the next day we had this huge show at the Sugar Bar. I mean, many of the background singers who had sung with her over the years, Lisa, Ada Dyer, so many people who were even singing with her when Luther Vandross was with her were there. And so I said something about, I hear that Lisa Fisher is in the house. And I said, Lisa's going to come up and sing. And she looked at me like, are you kidding me? You know, I said, it's killing me softly. She was like, oh yeah. So we traded parts on that. It was just wonderful, and everybody was like, oh my God, you know. So that was her birthday, and Valerie Simpson sang with us.
Wow.
It was just, it was just a night to remember, and she could see it from her hospital bed in her room. We set it up so that it was live streamed. She could see the whole thing.
Wow.
So she sat up all night watching. The next day we went back to say goodbye. We were going back to Maryland, my brother and I, and her manager, who was also my former manager, said, "Oh, sing one more song for her." I said, "Well, okay." You know, I sang something, and then she said, "Well, sing something else." And I was like, you know, I don't know what else to sing. You know, and my brother started playing "Take the A Train." And I started singing it, and then I said, okay, A Train, you know. And then I had brain fog. I was so tired. So I just started scatting an Ella Fitzgerald solo. And then I got to the B section, and I scattered the solo, and her eyes, she was sort of just twilighting. Her eyes popped open, and she was like, oh my God, I forgot you could do that, you know. So she would always introduce me as a singer who could sing various styles of music, funk, jazz, opera, whatever, you know. And she looked at me like, I forgot you could do that, you know. And so we just had a wonderful time, and that was actually the last time. It was the last time I saw her. And so when Suzanne called me and said that Roberta had passed 2 weeks after that, she said, what a send-off you gave her. And I was like, no, I couldn't have done any of this without you. What a send-off we gave her. So it was just wonderful. It was just a wonderful
story.
week.
What are you performing for us now?
We're doing Crystal Stair, based on Langston Hughes' mother to son, Life Ain't Been No Crystal Stair.
Who wrote this?
I
set
Langston Hughes to music. So now I'm a co-writer with Langston Hughes.
So if you want to gently put your headset down.
Yes, it's on my new CD. You can buy it. My latest CD, you can buy it.
Where do we find that?
You can find it on Amazon.com. You can also go to my website and purchase it as well.
We'll tell you what the website
is. Called
is.
Jazz Life.
Jazz Life. Gabrielle Goodman's going to rejoin her partners. Tell us one more time how we find your place, too.
So you can look up Long Live Roxbury, just Google it, and it will come up. The brewery has a lot of great programming throughout the week, but our what we call Jazz Night is on Thursday nights. Usually start early, 6 to 6:30, and they're done by 8:30. parking lot with free parking for the
Oh,
first 25 cars.
Oh, good.
And there will be food people who make sandwiches and things to eat as well.
Fabulous. Gabrielle Goodman and friends yet again.
Life for me ain't been no crystal stair. Life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's had tacks in it and splinters and places with no carpet on the floor bare. Life for me ain't been no crystal stair. Still I keep on climbing every day. Still I keep on moving on my way. So don't you give up, child. Keep pushing. Keep on moving on your way. Life ain't gonna be no crystal stair. Come on now. Can you put your hands together? Come on. Still I keep on climbing every day. Oh, you gotta keep on moving on your way. So don't you give up, child. Keep pushing. Keep on moving on your way. Life ain't gonna be no crystal stair. No crystal stair. No crystal stair. Life ain't gonna be no. Life ain't gonna be no crystal stair. Shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Crystal stair, life ain't gonna be no crystal stair. Life ain't gonna be no crystal stair. Crystal stair. No crystal stair. Shall we? Thank you so much.